Psalms 118:24. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Hi, I'm Sherry. I'm back. I want to talk about sunscreen. Why would we be talking about sunscreen? Well, summer's around the corner. And there's going to be a lot of people that want to go to the beach, to the lake, to sporting events, baseball, whether you participate in them or you're watching them, or you're biking, or you're hiking, or you're, in the park playing frisbee golf or actual golf. We need to talk about, the sun and some of the damages that it can do to our bodies if we're not taking care of our bodies with some type of a protection. So I'm going to be talking about sun damage. I actually taught advanced aesthetic in the Florida College of Natural Health, now known as Cortiva, in Orlando, Florida, for 5 years. I really enjoyed sharing knowledge with the students, and one of the things I want to do is to share some knowledge with you, what I shared with them. I got out my notes, and this one is particularly on sun damage. The sun and its UV, ultraviolet electromagnetic radiation, have the greatest impact on our skin. It actually causes age damage. Your UVR is ultraviolet radiation, and it's a proven carcinogen. Mainly, it can cause skin cancer. So, approximately 80 to 85% of the aging is caused from the sun. What? Yep. The collagen and elastin fibers of the skin weaken when we're not taking care of them. So there's two different forms of rays, your UVA rays and your UVB rays. Your UVA rays, A equals aging, and what it does is it penetrates deeper and causes genetic damage or cell death. So you see those truck drivers that are, don't think about, well, I'm not out in the sun, I'm driving, I've got this window. Well, UVA rays can penetrate through glass. And so you'll notice a lot of truck drivers on their left side of their face will have more aging wrinkles. If they've been a truck driver for several years, take a look. They've found that they've got a lot of sun damage on their left side of their face, age more rapidly on that side than the right side. So A equals aging, and then B equals burning rays. So that's your sunburn. That's where it's not as deep, but it can be more damaging depending on how long you're out there. It can cause, trips to the hospital and high fevers and things like that. So you really want to be careful with your AVB burning rays, because those are immediate, whereas your UVA rays are long-term. So your melanin is designed to help protect the skin. That's the body's natural protection. And I always advise my clients about the necessary precautions to take when they are being exposed to the skin. So what does that mean? I'm going to read out of the book that I taught, and that was out of the Milady's Advanced Aesthetics book. And the reason why I wanted to do that is the sunscreen ingredients. So there is 2 types of ingredients are used in sunscreens: organic chemicals and inorganic chemicals. So that's your minerals. So your organic chemicals include ingredients that I can't even pronounce. When you've got something that you can't really pronounce and it's so long, my advice is do the research and look up that word and see what it is. See what it's doing to the body. So the thing about your organic chemicals is they absorb into the skin. and it's going into your body. So that's the difference between an organic chemical and then the inorganic chemicals, your mineral ingredients. How it works is it actually protects against the UVA and UVB damage by scattering or reflecting or blocking the UV light instead of absorbing it. That's my preference. When I use a sunscreen, it's going to be a mineral-based sunscreen. There's two particular ones that I use. Dr. Ben Johnson, and again, osmosisbeauty.com. I will leave that in the link below so that you can do the research on him. He's wonderful. I'll talk a lot more about Dr. Ben Johnson in the future. But one of his ingredients that I use, or products, is the Osmosis Sun Defense Bronzing Elixir. And it's actually using, he has a frequency that's actually blocking the UVA and UVB rays. So I use that, but I also, added that, you apply that about every, what I do is about every 4 to 6 hours if I'm going to be out in the sun all day, is I'll take 5 more drops of his elixir. But I also use the Australian Gold Botanical 30. That's what I use for my body. And what it has in it is your titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. There you go. That's your mineral ingredient. So this is something that I really like to use for my skin, because it's not absorbing into my body. The other thing that I like to do is to kind of, I have that Irish skin of my dad, and so I like to use like a makeup of mineral makeup. It's a body mineral makeup that I use, and laurageller.com is where you can find out more about her products. That's who I use for my makeup. And I actually will use her body makeup to apply to my skin and give me that tropical glow or that tropical tan look. It's really amazing, and it's protecting my body as I'm out in the sunshine. You can go out in the sun, like there's certain types of the day, the morning time until 10, you can go out there for about 20 minutes without using any sunscreen at all. Our bodies need the sunshine, the vitamin D. So that's a great time to go out there and get that 20 minutes of vitamin D without the UV dangers. Anything after, like around 10:30, 11 o'clock until about 3:30 or 4, you want to use your protection. That's the most dangerous time for the rays, when they're most intense. And then in the evening, it's another time that you can go and just use a light coverage, or, be out there for 20 minutes without any coverage. So those are the things that you can do for your body and your health and wellness, and to protect your body. One of the other things I wanted to discuss, since we're talking about summer, is the spray-on tans. Read the ingredients and your sunless tanners. Just do your research. Figure out what you're putting on and in your body. Are tanning beds safe? Go to Dr. Sandra Lee on YouTube and find out if the tanning beds are safe. She's got a lot of information out there. She's also known as Dr. Pimple Popper. She's wonderful. She has a lot of followers. She knows her stuff. She's a dermatologist. So there's Dr. Dray is a dermatologist, and Sunless Tanner change EU restrictions on DHA. So just remember, when you're using sunless tanners, it's also going to enhance your hyperpigmentation, or also known as your liver spots. So those are the things that I wanted to talk about today. I will have some links in the links below. Sorry I went a little longer, but I did want to talk about the full coverage of this, the sun damage, the products that we can use that are safe, and to get you to read your ingredients, connect your own dots. So with that being said, may you be filled with the fruit of the Spirit and let it overflow with love, like Galatians 5:22 and 23 says. Abundant blessings always.